So you've probably seen them, right? These IV hydration clinics. They're popping up all over the place, in strip malls, downtown, and they're promising to be this amazing quick fix for literally everything, from a nasty hangover to, the very process of aging itself. So today, let's really dig into this whole wellness phenomenon. And that's the big question, isn't it? Are we looking at the future of personal health care, or is this just another super expensive trend that'll fade away? We're going to look at what they promise, what you actually get, and maybe what they're not so eager to tell you. To get a really clear picture of how this all works, we're going to zoom in on one specific and very popular example, a place called Prime IV Hydration and Wellness. Now, they're a big chain with spots all over the country, which makes them a perfect snapshot of the entire industry. So, what's the big draw here? What gets people in the door? Well, right off the bat, you have to understand they're not just selling a health service. No. They are selling an entire experience. And get this is their core marketing slogan. And yep, it's trademarked, the 1 hour vacation. I mean, that tells you everything, doesn't it? This isn't being framed as a medical procedure, it's an escape. It's a quick, luxurious little break from your crazy, busy life. And they really lean into that vacation vibe. You walk in, and it's set up to feel more like a high-end spa than a clinic. You're kicking back in a comfy massage chair, not sitting on crinkly paper in some sterile room. The whole promise is that you'll feel instantly relaxed, like you're doing something amazing for yourself. Okay, so you're relaxed, you're in the massage chair, feeling all zen, but what are you actually paying for? What's in the bag? Let's take a look at the menu. So the menu is targeted at, pretty much everything we worry about in modern life. Feeling a little run down? Oh, there's an immunity drip for that. Want to turn back the clock? Try the anti-aging one. Just crush it at the gym or, had a really fun night out? They've got you covered. They're selling solutions. Now, the core idea, the big selling point, is all about efficiency. It's a shortcut. Instead of waiting for your body to digest vitamins and minerals, the IV just shoots them right into your bloodstream. The claim is 100% absorption. It sounds incredible, right? A high-tech hack for better health. But let's look a little closer. All right, so we've seen the glossy, appealing promises, the spa chairs, the 1 hour vacation. But with any wellness trend, you absolutely have to read the fine print. And this, my friends, is where the story gets a whole lot more interesting. And boom, there it is. This right here is probably the single most important sentence on the clinic's entire website. This is their official disclaimer. Just let that sink in for a minute. All those drips with those fancy names, immunity, anti-aging, recovery, they all come with this giant asterisk attached. So what does that legalese actually mean for you? Well, it's pretty simple. It means the clinic can sell you an experience of wellness, but they can't and are not legally selling you a medical treatment. The FDA has not signed off on the idea that these drips can actually do what their name suggests they do. And that takes us straight to the science. Look, for someone with a diagnosed medical condition, a specific nutrient deficiency, a doctor might prescribe IV therapy. That's a totally different ballgame. But for a generally healthy person, the scientific evidence just isn't there to prove that a pricey IV drip is any better than, drinking a glass of water and eating a salad. So, with all that on the table, how in the world do you decide if this is something you should even think about trying? Let's try to weigh the shiny appeal against the kind of sobering reality. Let's break it down side by side. In one corner, you have the appeal. It is a fast way to rehydrate if you're super jet-lagged or maybe getting over the flu. And hey, the spa experience itself feels good. But in the other corner are the serious considerations. The stuff is expensive. Anytime you break the skin with a needle, there are risks, like infection. And we have to say it again, for healthy people, the benefits just aren't scientifically proven. Okay, so let's say you've heard all that and you're still curious. Fine. But if you're going to go, you have to go in as a smart, informed consumer. So we've put together a little checklist of questions you absolutely must ask before you let anyone stick a needle in you. Let's run through these quickly. Number 1, and this is critical, who is the person administering the IV? You want a registered nurse or a paramedic, a licensed pro. 2, what specifically is in this bag? Demand to know every ingredient. 3, ask them to be totally upfront about the risks. 4, and this is a must, you have to tell them about your personal health history, any conditions, any meds you're on. And finally, number 5, just ask yourself this honest question. Could I get the same result from a big bottle of water and a decent meal? You have to be your own advocate here. And that really leaves us with this one final massive question. IV hydration therapy lives in this weird, fuzzy gray area between medicine and lifestyle. It looks like healthcare, it kind of feels like healthcare, but it is not regulated like a medical treatment. And as more and more of these trends pop up, it's up to every single one of us to figure out where we draw that line for ourselves.